You know, I've always loved snakes, and ever since I learned there were rattlesnakes in Minnesota, I knew I had to include one in a Sam Rivers mystery. They're really unusual at this latitude. Many native tribes considered them sacred. The ancient Mayans had Kulkakan, the serpent goddess. And in the book, they're used for both good and evil. The chief protagonist, who you could consider a rattlesnake himself, uses them for evil by planting them on a development site. And in the end, they're also used for good, you could consider, because they uncover crimes and they actually have the final retribution. So for a variety of reasons, I thought rattlesnakes were a great species around which to have a Sam Rivers novel. All of the Sam Rivers mysteries are set in Minnesota, and Rattlesnake Bluff is no exception. It's actually set in the Driftless area down in southeastern Minnesota. It's a really beautiful part of the state with high limestone bluffs and caves and crevices. In fact, one of those crevices holds the mystery to a 25-year-old disappearance of 2 children that actually comes out in the book. But this is also a region where Minnesota has its only timber rattlesnakes. They're threatened down in the southeast. 20 years ago, they used to have a different one, a species that's protected, the eastern Massasauga rattlesnake. And that one, the appearance of that one is one of the reasons Sam Rivers has to get involved down there. So for a variety of reasons, this was an ideal place to set this book. When I write a novel, I like to put together a 6 to 8 page detailed treatment of what happens in the novel from beginning to end. And then while I'm writing it, different things occur to me that I may change as I go along. One of them was the actual last scene, or second to the last scene. The last scene is the epilogue, but the last scene of what happens to the main protagonist in Rattlesnake Bluff. In that instance, in the first instance, I just had him being arrested. That just didn't seem like it was the right kind of ending for me, so I had to go back and work on that scene quite a bit until you now have, and I won't give it away, you now have the ending that I thought was a more suitable end for our main protagonist. You know, a lot of people have asked me, who is Sam Rivers based on? Or are you Sam Rivers? Do you think of yourself as Sam Rivers? No, I don't. I would never have the grace under pressure he does, and I'd never put myself in those situations. But I do have the interest in flora and fauna that Sam Rivers have. I kind of think of him as a cross between Mark Trail, if you remember those old comic strips. They were kind of corny. He's not necessarily corny, but I also think he has some Anna Pigeon in him. Nevada Barr's protagonist, Cork O'Connor, Kent Kruger's protagonist, and C.J. Box's game warden, Joe Pickett. I think he's kind of an amalgam of all those people, as well as actual USFW special agents I've spoken with in the past.